see what's going on over here. Nintendo has the Switch 2 just came out.
Yeah, Donkey
It's pretty
Kong's out in
snazzy.
less than a week.
Oh my god,
I'm
that's
stoked.
right. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
shit.
Thursday.
There are so many games
I'm
coming
gonna
out right
play
now,
that-
man. I don't man, I can't keep track.
I'm gonna play that all night long.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Well, Nintendo has some things to say about game development here. It says Nintendo says game development risks increasing due to higher game prices and rising production costs. Suggests shorter development periods as one solution. Wow, this is what a way to have confirmation that a Nintendo exec watches our show. That's very interesting. Well,
I mean, if that's the case, hi Nintendo. It's always good to see you.
I feel like a Nintendo executive should be more than one sub. That's what I'm saying. If he's sub, we should get like 100.
It should be like a good dozen, at least.
Man. Okay, so what's...
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah.
I'm just telling him, like, hey, you should get all of Nintendo of America to subscribe to us. There you go.
Exactly.
So send out a company memo.
So what's going on here? What is happening with this?
So he was having a meeting with investors, like just your standard, like, hey, investment call, like, what the hell's going on at Nintendo? What are their plans?
We're making you money, please, God.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Like
we're making money. You should be happy by now. Okay.
You soul-sucking demons. This is how we're making you money.
We put out a Mario Kart. Shut up.
Yeah,
man.
But he's on his call with his investors and basically saying, hey, games are getting bigger and higher fidelity, and they are costing more to develop, and we are also at the increased cost to consumers, making this a high-risk business. And it's only getting riskier. So one of their plans is to develop game software on shorter timelines at a smaller scale, to help, combat that, basically.
Yes.
They are, the game business, quote, the game business has always been a high-risk business, but we recognize that rising development costs are increasing that risk. Our development teams are just devising various ways to maintain our traditional approach to creating games amidst the increase in scale and length of development. Believe it is important to make necessary investments for more efficient development. We also believe it is possible to develop game software with shorter development periods that still offer consumers a sense of novelty. We see this as one potential solution to concern about rising development costs and software prices, and we will explore it from various angles within our company.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Yeah, it's shocker. And this might, I got a lot of pushback from this when I posted this on social media.
Why?
Video games are too goddamn long nowadays.
You got... on like the game themselves.
Yeah, games themselves,
Okay.
like not the development. But that, like, I'm like, video games are too fucking long. And apparently, people disagree with me. They apparently want every game to be 100 goddamn hours.
So, we've talked about this before. This is the problem of us being generalists.
Yeah.
If you approach video games purely as a consumer, I'm going to play the games that I'm interested in, and the games I'm interested in currently are like 2 or 3 games. And then if you don't have money, like do you want to stretch your dollar amount? Like you do want those games to stretch.
Yes, like when I was a teenager, the thought of a 6-hour game pissed me off a whole bunch.
Yes.
But now I am 34 and have money.
Yep.
So, a 6-hour game doesn't bother me if it is a really great experience.
Right.
Like if you, if it's a mediocre experience, I'm mad. But if you put out a 6-hour game that's just mind-blowingly incredible, like I think back to like Portal 1, right? Like that's like a 2.5-hour game. But if someone would put out a game that's like today's Portal 1, I'd be losing my mind. I'd be like, this is yes, I will absolutely pay $40 for this.
Sure.
So yeah, I think that's but like people want to spend the bajillion hours, and part of its value, part of its they just like that world and they want to be in it, or they just have, you know, narrower tastes, and you know, those are all fine things, I guess.
I mean, I think one of the consequences of this is, you know, I don't think they've been changing towards this direction, but actually, I'm not sure where I'm going with this, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it anyway, just to get it out. Like single player experiences with stories to get through, I think creates more pressure to get through all those. Whereas playing like a free to play service or live service game, just jump in and do stuff, makes a lot more sense.
I mean, yeah, it does, because like I can tell you as someone who is like it took me a long time to get over the fucking just feeling bad that I didn't finish every game I've purchased. like, and then now I just don't give a shit. Like, I'm just like,
you can't.
There's
too many games.
I obviously didn't like it enough to want to finish it. That is the answer here. You know, like I'm not, you know, because if I like it enough, I'm gonna finish it, unless like just a wave of busy happens. But you know, I think a perfect example of this in my mind is when I go and I look at a game like Jurassic World Evolution. I liked that game. I did not finish it.
Yeah,
not even close.
Yeah.
You know, because I was like, yeah, it's fine.
Right.
So yeah, I think this is the obvious solution, though. Like, I think it makes the most sense. I think that games are already too goddamn long.
Well, right. So I think
they're
they're too long. They're too big. They really don't need to be. It really doesn't need to be.
Well, like I just finished Expedition 33, right? And that is absolutely currently my game of the year.
Okay.
It is an amazing video game. I think I did a lot of the side stuff. I didn't do all of it. It's a big game, but I did a lot of the side stuff. I finished the main story. I got a pretty high level party. They were all around level 70 by the time the game was over. And I think it was 40 hours.
Okay.
But that's great. For the RPG, that's like perfect.
Sure.
It's like perfect for that kind of experience. And like, if you really want to if I really wanted to 100% it, yeah, I probably would have took a good 60. But then I think what people are wanting, though, is Persona 5 Royal. And Persona 5 Royal is a 100-hour video game. Yeah. If you want to do the main story plus a good chunk of side content, that is a 100-hour video game. You know,
man, I don't. Yeah,
it's a great video game.
Sure,
I recommend that to anyone who loves fucking video games. But Persona 5 Royal is a 100-hour video game.
Right.
Yeah. It's and I partially blame Ubisoft for this. But you looked at Assassin's Creed Valhalla, right? Like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, when you go check how long to beat, it is a 60-hour campaign.
Yeah.
And it is padded as fuck. It is padded as fuck. You know, like I started playing that game this year, and even in my like 15 hours with it, I'm just like, this is bullshit. Most of the content in this game is bullshit. This is just checkbox bullshit. It's not even that fun to play. Fuck, this sucks. You know, and it's like I would rather have more meaningful content. Like if every open world game was like goddamn Breath of the Wild, I'd be like, yeah, let's go.
Sure.
You know, because it's yeah, and I think we always talk about the fidelity end of things, and the fidelity end of things is like, well, Breath of the Wild is an 8-year-old video game, right? And the Switch 2 version is just that in 4K with 60 FPS. It looks amazing. I really don't need video games that look significantly better than Breath of the Wild.
Right.
You know? Or like Expedition 33 has a sub $50 million budget. That game looks incredible. As an incredible looking video game.
Yeah.
I'm sure Emily. I believe Emily just started it on the Series S, and I'm
Yes.
pretty sure on the Series S that still looks incredible.
Yup. Looks so good.
So yeah, so it's like, why in the fuck do we need games that look better than Expedition 33, that are longer than Expedition 33, that are more bloated than this? And the answer is like, we don't. We don't.
I
Um,
I don't know. It's I think that the trouble is I think there are, in the same way that I think there's room for big games to be made for 8 years. It's just too much on this end. We need to move a lot of that development towards smaller games. I think there's a balance to be struck.
Yes, I agree with that. Like, I think that, like, it's just that every game wants to be the 60 to 100-hour video game now, and it's just,
That's the problem.
It's not good for the industry, and it's like, I don't want every game to be as long as Persona 5.
Right, I understand
Dog.
some people do, and I get that, but it's just not. I think it's not realistic on the development end to keep doing that.
Right, and then especially, like, if you make it shorter, you can make them cheaper. Like, Expedition 33 is $50.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, oh god.
And hell, there's
So
something to be said for,
it-
like, hey, we're gonna put out a short but good thing, and then if you guys like it and enough people buy it, then we'll make an expansion, like a DLC thing for it. Let's keep it going. No?
or hey, we can make the sequel longer.
Right.
Yeah, we can make Expedition 32. Not really, because they have the story of that game, but
Right.
but we can make a we can make a more like a new RPG that's similar, but it's just it's just so wild to me that the answer, like, we had that Battlefield story, I think it was last week, right? Where it's like, that game's gonna have 100 million players. The new Battlefield, we're gonna make it so it has 100 million players, and I'm like,
Good luck, bud.
or you could just make it just good luck. Good luck, I guess. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it'll be popular. If it's free to play, you'll get a lot of people.
People sign up, maybe.
But yeah, like, I'll try it. I like Battlefield.
Yeah.
Well, I used to like Battlefield, I should say. It seems like the rambling of a crazy person. But and how much is that pressure from on high or the community? Like, I think at the end of the day, people like just want good video games.
Well, right. But, like,
And that's
it doesn't have to be 100 million players play it. Like, in order to have decent success, you don't need to be the biggest and baddest thing to.
No, I think that I've been playing Halo Infinite recently, and its community has really shrunk a lot, right?
Right.
Like, I'd say there's maybe 20,000 people playing that between Xbox and PC nowadays.
Okay.
But and that's like between both, and then like on just PC, it's probably 5,000. And that's fine, because like, you can still get matches, you can still have a good time.
You're matching with the sweat,
It's
so
still
you're
great
getting
stuff.
matches.
Yeah, and like, and that's great. And then just like recently, Star Wars Battlefront 2 was getting a big resurgence on Steam, and 16,000 players
All right.
today.
Yeah.
Right now.
Nice.
So it's like, yeah, like, not every game is going to be Marvel Rivals, where its bad day is 118,000 on just PC.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not a realistic expectation.
But I just think, you can just make a really fun, smaller game, and people will enjoy
That
it.
too. Like, I started mini shoot adventures on my Steam Deck and had a good time so far.
Mm.
Like, that's a small game, and it's a good time.
Yeah.
A lot of my favorite games ever are technically smaller experiences. Like, Luminous is not a complicated video game.
Right. Wonder how many people worked on Mario Maker.
I mean, we can find out.
Can we? But I'm gonna kill time here while you do 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 do. He's typing. He's looking. Running down the chorus. I don't know the lyrics to that Cake song.
So, oh my God, Google, you are so useless.
Yeah, no, Google is trash now. I don't know if there's a specific site you can look for.
So, you know, yeah, it doesn't say, so we'd have to go and count the credits, and I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
but
no.
like, it's, you know, it took them 3 years to make it, so probably a decent amount of time.
Decent amount of time, decent amount of people.
Apparently, yeah, like I assume that's not like a super small project to make.
No, not at all. But like
No.
you know, 3 years development to make this community, you know, platforming game that is chaotic and fun. And like, yeah, Mario and it being Nintendo developing it helps a lot. But just like, I don't know, it doesn't have to be the biggest, grandest thing. You can just make something that's really fun and silly, and you want to share levels and share video of people failing at your level, you know?
Well, yeah, like, I've recently been playing the Link's Awakening remake on Switch, the updated version for Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it you know, that game's about 20 hours.
All right.
It's about 20 hours. Yeah, it's not a particularly long, super long, in-depth experience. It's about 20 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emily.
So
yes.
It's not publicly available.
Right.
How many people worked on Mario Maker 2? Although for the original Mario Maker for the Wii, it lists about 80 people.
Okay. Yeah.
On that game.
That's not small.
Okay.
But yeah.
The Wii U, yeah.
The Wii U, yeah. Can you imagine trying to design a Mario Maker level on the Wii, just like the Wiimote and nunchuck, and just be like, all right,
that would be so hard.
You could do it, but like,
I've done it on the Switch via the Pro controller, so that's not
okay.
That's not the worst.
I'm just trying to imagine like controlling, like aiming the Wiimote at the screen, and like the thing's jittering all over the screen. Like, nope. Okay.
No.
So, Emily, I want to ask you how many, like, what you've been playing and what you're playing now. What's like the ratio of like single player game to something like multiplayer or free to play, like not the single player experience?
I play more single players than I do anything else.
That's what I thought. Yeah, yeah. And you're down. You enjoy that single player experience.
Oh, absolutely. Like going on with the conversation about the length of the games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like we both beat Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in like what 45 hours streamlined.
Yeah, and I thought that game.
Content.
Yeah, and I thought that game felt too fucking long.
Yeah, I could have cut down just a couple of other things in there, but like for me, I did Ghost of Tsushima back in 2021 plus side content that took me 80 hours.
Yeah,
Rise of the
I 100% that game in about 80 hours. Like that was a long goddamn video game.
But that's like all side content, all side stories, all that stuff.
Yeah, that's everything. That map was like barren by the time I was done with it. Like it's
yeah,
you know, so
including Icky Island. I did the DLC and that got me to like 80 hours.
Yeah, I didn't do the like that was before that DLC that I skipped entirely. Yeah, so you're mostly doing single player. I think for me it's a split. It's probably like a 50-50 almost because of like Marvel Rivals and because of stuff like Street Fighter. Yeah, but I have noticed as I have gotten older, I am going back to single player more.
Okay.
You know, I think there are some exceptions. Like I played the entirety of Monster Hunter with my girlfriend and had an amazing time. And that's a game that, in my opinion, is significantly better with people. But you know, I think that I think that is an experience that is like kind of in the middle, because you can play Monster Hunter entirely by yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing stopping you from never once playing Monster Hunter with another human being.
Right.
So yeah, it's kind of.
I think more. It would be cool if more games took on. I guess Monster Hunter does this to a degree. There's a sense of progression, of course, but it's like something that it was instilled in me from a very young age was sports games and skateboarding games. Just like I could use more games. It's not about the story. It's just like jump in. Here's the fun. Let's go do the fun thing. Let's go. And story is great. I'm not saying story is bad or anything. It's just I would like more games that kind of took that approach to like just getting you into doing fun things, and that's what you're doing. That's what you're there for.
Well, yeah, and I think that's kind of what a lot of indie games do. Like, I think when you hop into a game like Mini Shoot Adventures, it gets there pretty quick. Like, Link's Awakening has like a 2-minute cutscene, and then you're off to go save the world.
Yeah.
I think that I think Nintendo in general is really good at that. Like Mario Odyssey, like 2-minute cutscene, let's go.
Right.
So
it's really funny. I have not actually played hardly any of this Pretty Derby game that's trending right now because it forces you into the phone tutorial. The phone games do this where it's like, all right, we're going to force you to click this thing, and then we're going to force you to do this, and we're going to force you to level up this character as a way of trying to get you to learn the game. I'm like, let me play the game, let me play. And then by the end of it, I was like, you have run out of patience from me. And then they want me to do a story, and it's like, I don't care, I just want to do the thing.
And I think that, yeah, and that's in my opinion, that is a huge like design flaw, right? Like that is a huge design flaw. I think that I know we hype up Nintendo a lot on this show. It's not our fault that they do the right things.
Right now in this moment they're doing good.
I mean, like in terms of like the external stuff, yeah, that sucks.
There's
but
external
like in terms
stuff
of the way
that we're
they
gonna get to
design,
later today is like, okay, all right, but
like in the way they design their games and their products, it's very good. Like it's very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that you looked at like something along the lines of like Breath of the Wild. Like think about how fast you get into gameplay in Breath of the Wild, right?
Yep.
Think about like how super fast you go from, hey, we get a little context cutscene, like 3 minutes. We get Link running out into the horizon, and then boom.
Yep.
Go play the game. Go figure it out.
Fantastic.
And Mario Odyssey, same thing. Mario Princess gets kidnapped. 1 minute, 2 minutes, you're on a new planet. You get a hat. All right, go play game.
Yay.
And I think that some developers get really up their own ass in assuming two things. One, that their consumer is an idiot. This is what I talk about with Ubisoft, where like Ubisoft fucking does not respect you enough to go find anything on your own. They handhold you through the whole experience. Like Breath of the Wild. What happens when you climb a tower in Breath of the Wild? Yes, it reveals the physical map, but it doesn't tell you where anything is. It relies on you to go use your little spyglass, your Sheikah slate, and look around and find interesting things on the horizon. You mark them, you go there. It doesn't say, oh boy, you've climbed the tower, now here's all the little markers on the map to go find all the worthless bullshit.
Right.
So they respect you. Like as a player, that you're not a fucking idiot.
Well, and they specifically create an experience where they get you curious to do the thing that they want you to do, rather than telling you to do it.
Exactly. And then you mentioned Pretty Derby. It's like they assume that you're a fucking idiot. They assume that you're a fucking idiot. Like that,
A lot of people have pushed through that nonsense and have gotten to enjoying the video game. I'll give them that. I just have low patience in this era where there are so many video games coming out. I don't have time to sit here with you hand holding me all the way through this. And then,
Yes, you know, I don't mind if you do it like Expedition 33's tutorial like explains, like you get one fight at the beginning of the game, the very beginning after the first cutscene. It explains this is what parry is, this is what dodge is, this is how you build AP.
Yeah.
After that one fight, you're fucking on your own.
I really like that
You know?
in the beginning of Expedition 33, they actually give you a chance to do one practice fight a little bit after that. That is like, so you were having a good time. You were on easy street. Here's some of the difficulty you're going to be running into in a no stakes situation. Here's the actual parry time. Good luck. It's like, oh, all right. Good,
Yeah.
good to know that before we go in and start suffering losses. All right.
Yeah, and I think that is I think that's super smart.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
yeah.
yeah. So that's the first thing is they assume you're a moron and you need to be handheld. And then the other thing is like they think that this story is so great and people are gonna want to see Kojima does this.
Yeah,
I love Kojima, but he does this. He does
again,
this.
He does that. I love that he does that. Again, that's an endearing quality for his nutso
him
head.
specifically.
Yes, specifically
You know,
him.
he gets away with it.
Yes.
But like they assume, oh, our story's so great, and people are gonna want to watch this 15-minute opening cutscene when we talk at you. And I'm like, no, dog, no, I am not. Unless like there are some exceptions. Like I'm gonna be real. Like the opening to The Last of Us is a lot of cutscene, but it is so well done that you know it kind of slides by you.
Yeah.
Versus, you know, but like I think my ideal opening is think back to that Spider-Man 1 opening, that Spider-Man PS4 opening, where it's like you get that establishing shot of Peter's apartment and that, oh, he's been Spider-Man for a while. Look at all this shit. Oh, you hear sirens, he gets dressed, and boom, you're web swinging. It's explaining the web swing mechanics, and you web swing for a bit, and then it goes immediately into you taking down the Kingpin. Like, great. It's a perfect tutorial. It's just you know, and I feel like the laziest way to do the tutorial is exactly what you've described with Pretty Derby and the Ubisoft games of, okay, like I'm playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's like, okay, now we need you to parry 3 times. Come on, parry, parry, you fucking idiot. And it's just like, dude,
You know. Yeah,
it's just
there's some thoughts on that. I think that there's some ways they can improve general game experience. To wrap it, yeah, go ahead.
The last one, like From Software, like expects you to like, you know, go out and do shit.
Yes,
like yeah, perfect example.
And I think so, that approach, like a lot of things for me with Dark Souls games and Elden Ring, like if other game devs took a lot of the ideas of how they go about game design for Dark Souls and Elden Ring and then just didn't do the difficulty thing that they do, like I would be so down. There's so much that they do that I love so much and would like to not be a Souls-like while taking all those lessons. But they don't. And it's just like, all right, cool. So yeah, to wrap this all up, we got off on a tangent there, but that's what we do here.
Sorry.
We are bursting at the seams to talk about video game stuff. So it's just like, all right, shorter development periods, make smaller games that are fun with less people. You can do it. People will play it if you, especially with like Nintendo backing. Here's a small Nintendo team that's going to make a fun little game. Like hell yeah. Like do it with franchises that you're not using. You can do some neat stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, 100%. I you know.
Anyway, yeah. So that's that story. Let's move on to the next one here.